I'm CJ, and this is Truth Tuesday. I love the story of John the Baptist. And one of my favorite moments in the story of John the Baptist is when John meets Jesus and his reaction to people beginning to follow Jesus. John meets Jesus. Jesus comes to the Jordan River, and John is able to baptize Jesus. And at this moment, people begin to now follow Jesus. And this incredible thing happens. The disciples of John come to him and they say, John, man, people are going after this guy that you baptized across the river. They're following Jesus now. They're not following you anymore. Like, we got to do something. We have to boost your popularity. We have to make sure that people are following you. And John says this incredible thing that I think is vital to our relationship with God. John says, I'm good. Jesus has to increase and I have to decrease. Man, what a powerful statement for a relationship with God. That he increases in our lives, that he becomes greater, that Jesus would become greater and that we would become less. I tell you what, you look at any successful relationship, you look at your marriage, you look at your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your friends, you look at those relationships, and those relationships, successful relationships, will mirror this statement that John made to God. Our relationship with God should increase, and our own self-serving wants and needs should decrease. And when we begin to do that with our relationship with God and we begin to practice that, suddenly we see that in our marriages, if our relationship with our spouse can increase, if they can increase, if they can become greater, and our own self-serving needs can become less, that relationship is going to grow. And we see that in our relationship with our kids, if our kids' needs can become greater and we can become less, our relationship with our kids will grow. And it's the same with our friends, and it's the same with any relationship that we come into contact with. There's this beautiful dichotomy that John lays out that I'm convinced that God placed into the heart of John, that for a successful relationship, it starts with our relationship with God, that he increases and that we decrease, that he becomes greater and that we become less. And if we can take that relationship and we can use that template in the other relationships that we have in our life, if people around us can become greater and our own self-serving needs can become less, our relationships will be more successful. And so this week, here's what I want you to try. I want you to try to pray this prayer. God, may you become greater. May I become less. And then extend that out to one or two relationships around you. God, may my wife become greater. May I become less. God, may my kids become greater. May I become less. May my friends become greater. May I become less. And begin to see and begin to practice taking what would normally be our self-serving actions and begin to put those away so that we are others focused and we are building other people up. Thanks for listening.